we're going to let you know that Georgia's next opponents we know a ton about. And we're going to let you know what you need to know about them.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Locked On Bulldogs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. He, of course, is Clint. I am Daniel. Together, we are the Locked On Bulldogs podcast. Excited to talk about Georgia football with you each and every day of the year. Today's episode brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel, which is a perfect person to be bringing you this episode because that's where you're going to want to go to place all of these bets that we are going to be talking about today, because it is a locks episode.
Come on.
And Clint, you mentioned it. It's a bye week. It's a bye week for the University of Georgia. And so as a fan, what do you have to do? Probably just go antique shopping, maybe pick some apples somewhere.
I swear to you, I will strike a fool. I
strongly discourage it. I'll tell you that.
Don't do it.
No, you don't want to do that as a fan, because this is the week that you're going to be taking in information. Now, of course, Alabama also on a bye week, so you won't be able to watch them. You won't be able to learn anything about that team. You can go back and rewatch the Florida State game if you want some kicks and giggles, and ask yourself, is Thomas Castellanos a better or worse quarterback than Gunnar Stockton?
Oh, no.
Yeah, well, so I guess that'll be a conversation that we'll need to have at some point. But for now, what we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to look at some of the teams that Georgia's playing and learn some things about them on Saturday. So let's kind of go through of Georgia's next, of Georgia's future opponents, of which there are 8 remaining on the schedule because we already took away Alabama, as we said. Of Georgia's remaining opponents, when you look at who they're going to play on Saturday, what game stands out to you the most, Clint? Who do you want to talk about first?
I don't know how we can't talk about. Well, that's a lie. Actually, I do know how we can't talk about.
Okay, he's figured it out.
I figured it out. There are 2 games that are of immense importance to me. Daniel, the headline of the weekend, Auburn, Oklahoma. Lots of storylines, lots of interesting connections. Yeah. But one of the games that I think we're often overlooking, and we shouldn't, because I want us to know that Florida is still a real threat. Like, they look bad.
You're going to have to convince some people, because some people are laughing at you right now. I'll just say that. I'm not one of them, but some people are laughing at you right now.
We just played the best offense we may have ever played all year in Tennessee. That might be true. The best defense we're going to play all year long might be coming at the cocktail party. So,
wow. Those are certainly words that you've chosen to say. I will say that. You have chosen to string together syllables in a way that forms English words.
Correct. And those words may have hurt some snowflakes, is what.
All right. Oklahoma, Auburn, we're going to talk about next. But jump into this Florida, Miami. Florida going on the road to the Miami Hurricanes, who are, I don't have to tell you, off to a great start this year. They cannot be beaten. They are the prize of college football.
Why don't we just let them take home the trophy right now?
Why don't we give it to them right now? Well, they still got to go through Florida State. That's the only question mark on their schedule yet, is they still have Florida State. But one of those 2 teams, I mean, they're winning the national championship. Florida goes on the road. They are a 7.5-point dog currently, Clint.
Yeah, that's going to change.
How you feeling about this game?
That's going to drastically change, and that number is going to come down. This is a little bit of a reaction. The 7 on the hook is interesting. I think Miami's a good team. We've talked about their renewed offensive vigor. Carson Beck looks good. Tony at wide receiver looks good. Their defense is admirable. I'm not taking anything away. I don't think they impress me totally, but they're admirable. They're fine. But Florida, it has a much better defense in my mind. And again, we already said it. They beat LSU at home and shocked the nation without incompetency at the quarterback position. In spite of Billy Napier, Florida is good. Like, Like just without him as a coach, in spite of him. Okay. This number, I think, comes down closer to kick. I think it gets down to 6.5, 6. And in which case, I'm going to be jumping on Florida in that case, just so we're fully aware. But
wait, you would take it now? Florida's catching 7.5 points now.
That's what I mean. Sorry. Yeah. I'm going to jump on it.
You're jumping on them now.
Yeah. That's exactly right. Sorry. I'm taking this now because as it gets closer, it's going to keep coming down. So take it now, y'all. This is a little overreaction. People are going to get their senses.
Yeah, I'm on Florida plus 7.5. They should have covered last week. It was a good bet. Plus 8.5. I had them against LSU. They threw 5 interceptions. They almost covered in the football game on the road. This is a bet on DJ Lagway coming back to earth. I mean, a lot of times we talk about coming back to earth when a quarterback has a great performance. He's going to have to come back to earth. Well, guess what? DJ Lagway has also been on a different planet. It's not a positive one, but he's going to come back to earth as well. He's not that bad. He can't be that bad.
No.
I also think Miami's offense is a little bit overrated. I think they had some lucky breaks against Notre Dame.
They did.
I'm not sure Notre Dame will win a football game this year. They may go 0-12. And you can't argue with that because so far they're 0-2. They haven't won a game yet.
But let's rank them.
So I think we're probably buying a little bit too high in the Miami realm. And I'll take Florida. Florida's defense, as you mentioned, we're going to learn some things about them because here's full disclosure from me. I'm a little bit lower on Miami's offense than I am than the rest of the country. But they're better than LSU's offense.
Yes.
Garrett Nussmeier's hot garbage. He's bad, y'all. Like, he sucks. LSU's offense is bad. They're being carried by their defense right now at LSU. They're terrible. Miami does have a better offense. If Florida goes on the road again and their defense has a performance again like they did, giving up 13 offensive points to LSU last week on the road, if they have a similar performance this week on the road, I think they'll cover this number 1. And as a Georgia fan, I think what you said at the beginning might actually hold a little water, Clint.
So 100%. This is what's wild about this game. We're going to learn a lot from it. Does the team rise up and play well?
We're also going to learn a lot about Auburn, a team that Georgia plays in about 3 weeks, which we will talk about right after these.
But first, I want to let you know about DoorDash. DoorDash streaks are alive and well and going over the entire season. We've been watching CJ Allen perform day in, day out, not only in the practice field, not only in the film room, not even just each play, but outside of the game. Leadership is huge for him. And just like CJ Allen, he performs every single week for Georgia. So DoorDash does with their streaks. Continue the streaks every single week of this football season. Just as CJ Allen does. Stack it up. You can get the streak and fuel your game day. You could save up to $250, including $100 in DoorDash credits. Order this Saturday. Keep the streak alive. Terms apply. Promo period is through 11/18, but that's not all, Daniel. We also want to let you know about our friends over at FanDuel. FanDuel is fantastic, and you should love them. Why should you love them? Oh, here's
they're offering you Florida plus 7.5 right now. That's why you should love them.
That's why you should love them, and get over there right now to take that lock that Daniel and I are both giving you. New customers, if you bet just $5 and if your bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets to use across the apps. It's quick, it's easy, it's the best way to add little things for more energy on your Sundays. So, are you ready to play? Download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet.
All right, Clint. We talked about Florida. The other big game in terms of Georgia's future opponents from this weekend is obviously the Auburn-Oklahoma game. Now, Auburn is off to a hot start.
They are
on the season.
Yeah.
No bones about it. They are off to a strong start. The big win, though, I mean, they've beaten up on some cupcakes in the first couple of weeks, but they do have the win on the road against Baylor in week 1. Now, Baylor has looked okay. They struggled, but they did beat SMU on the road. Baylor did the following week. Picked up a garbage time win. And so there's still more to learn about Baylor, but I do think Baylor's a quality football team.
They're fine. And
Auburn beat them pretty handily, 14 points in that contest. I'm not an Auburn believer, and you are.
I am.
And so I need somebody to convince me, because I don't think I have to prove my case. Do you know what my case is? Have you ever seen Auburn under Hugh Freeze before? Cool. That's why I'm not an Auburn believer. So I need someone to convince me why in the world I should be scared of this team, and why Oklahoma would only be favored by less than a touchdown, Clint. Spoiler alert, I'm laying them with the Sooners on Saturday.
Okay. I'm going to, again, elicit let me educate and then also agree with you, Daniel. Let me agree with you. Take Oklahoma and give the points. Take them right now. Don't mess around.
You still got a 6.5 out there. Don't wait around for it to go to 7.
Guys, please stop. Like, it's not going to get there. Like, I'm just here to tell you. Take the 6.5. Take the 6 and a hook. Oklahoma is a dang good team. Like a very, very good team. They got the best running back, possibly, in the transfer portal. We'll see. Maybe. But this just in. They didn't need him, really, right now. Brown is doing great stuff over. They're a complete team. They're great. I really like what they're doing. I think Auburn absolutely gets housed in this game. I think Oklahoma takes it to Auburn in this particular week. Now, here's what I'm going to learn about Auburn. Okay. How they take defeat is what I'm going to learn about them. If Jackson Arnold shows competency in this game, if he shows the ability to throw the ball,
what are we doing here?
I will be nervous as all get out. Okay.
Okay.
If they get housed and it's a running game and the defense doesn't show up and they get absolutely shell shocked, nothing. And okay, they have a gauntlet coming up. I don't have to remind you of the Auburn schedule. Oklahoma, and then on the road at A&M, then at home against us, and then they go on the road again against then they're home against Missouri before then going on the road to Arkansas. Those could be 5 straight losses, Daniel. And that's where it could be. Could be, okay. Missouri will yet to be seen what they're doing. What I'm going to learn is Jackson Arnold. That's all I need to know about this game. I want to see how he plays. If he plays competently, I think at home against our defense that just got shelled by Joey Aguilar, I'm a little more nervous about that game. But
Auburn's got wide receivers. I will say that.
Yes.
They got wide receivers.
Yes. That's going to be my question. Anyway.
I don't know. This is an interesting spot. The Jackson Arnold revenge game. You know, there's a lot going on here with Jackson Arnold going back to Norman to play in this game. I think there's going to be a ton of pressure on him in this game. I do like Oklahoma in the game. And Auburn they really don't scare me all that much right now. Now, talk to me Auburn game week, and that will be a horse of an entirely different color. Clint, I'm going to take you to an SEC game that I want to talk about. You mentioned this team a moment ago. Georgia doesn't play either of these teams this year, which feels a little bit weird. But you mentioned the Missouri Tigers a moment ago. They play South Carolina this week at home. South Carolina, as you may recall, just got taken to the woodshed by Vandy. I'll repeat it. They got beat badly by Vandy. I don't like to gloat when I'm right. But South Carolina sucks, and I told you they would suck. and you tried to tell me Lenora Sellers and Shane Beamer and ho-hum, hunky-dory, everything's fun. I don't like anything about South Carolina this year. I'm not a big fan of what they're doing. But I also think Missouri might be the most overrated team in the country. So I'm going to take South Carolina plus 10.5, Clint, on the road. I think it's a bit of a bounce back game. I think the Sellers injury, will he, won't he, all of this. I think Missouri's flat overrated.
Wow.
Flat out overrated.
Okay, this is interesting to me, Daniel. What about having the best running back in the SEC, if not the nation? The leading rusher in the SEC, very good. Talk about transfer.
Yeah, you mentioned best transfer running back, and I was going to stop you and be like, well, no, he plays at Missouri. Like, absolutely. Missouri hasn't done anything to make me think that Missouri, is squeaking by Kansas. At home?
This is what's unique to me.
Respect you for that?
Well,
is that
okay.
As a Missouri fan, just tell me honestly, do you want respect for that?
They do.
For squeaking by Kansas at home?
They do, because I didn't know the juice of that game, Daniel. You didn't know the juice of that game.
Rivalry. There's a
well,
I get it. It's Kansas. So you want respect for beating them in football barely at home? That's what you want? Great.
By the way, this argument that you're giving about Missouri is, I think, the argument that others would give. Think that Jordan Hare game is going to be ridiculous. It's the same when you look at Auburn barely beating South Alabama at home by 16. I say barely beating because it's the same measure. It's almost the same measure that they won against Baylor.
Sure.
Right. So yes, I get what you're meaning. I get what you're saying. Missouri is kind of a joke of it.
I just think Missouri's overrated.
Okay.
I think that I think there's holes on the Missouri roster, and I think South Carolina is going to be due for a bounce back to get the bad taste out of their mouth from Vanderbilt. So that's where I'm going in that game.
I'm going to learn this. I'm going to learn a lot about the composition of South Carolina. This team like South Carolina gets away in a hurry from a guy like Shane Beamer, and things in college football can switch in a heartbeat. If Lenora Sellers isn't healthy,
the whole team quits.
The whole team quits, because your entire season was based on two guys.
Yeah, which, by the way,
Dylan
in
Stewart,
the SEC, you're never gonna. That's why I knew they were gonna be bad.
Dylan Stewart and Lenora Sellers. Those are the two guys. Okay,
yeah.
If that's the case, and Lenora Sellers can't go, and you lose this game, you start wondering if the team's going to quit on Shane Beamer. And I'm not predicting this, but I'm saying this is how quick things change in college football today. If all of a sudden Shane Beamer's best chance, best team, two best players that he's ever coached at South Carolina, he's ever coached, can't go, can't make it, and Virginia Tech is having a coach vacancy where they would drop your price that you name, Shane, to come home. Again, I'm not predicting it. I'm just saying this is how quick things devolve in college football. It gets crazy in a hurry. We're going to come back after these. We're going to let you know more teams we're going to learn a bunch about this week. But first, these. And these are, in fact, Mazda. Daniel, you love perfection and precision. You like it when Kirby Smart's defense has that. We didn't have it this week. We want to be more like Mazda this coming week in practice, and as well as against Alabama and the rest of the whole entire season, because Mazda delivers confidence with every ride with more IIHS Top Safety Plus Picks awards than anyone else as of August 2025. All-wheel drive standard every crossover SUV. You can drive with confidence through almost any season. Like our players, we sweat every detail, because when you make every move count, impossible becomes irrelevant. Mazda, move and be moved.
Do you know how many points Texas was favored last week over UTEP, Clint?
Well, a lot.
40. The answer is 40.
That's a lot. They covered that cleanly and easily, did they not?
No.
Okay.
No. No, they lost. They won that game by a number that ends in the word teen.
Oh,
Clint.
no. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
40. Do you know how many points Texas is favored this week over Sam Houston State?
Tell me more.
40. It's 40.
Oh, no.
I am willing to pay to see if Texas can beat somebody by 40. That's all I'm saying. I will bet on Sam Houston State plus 40 to see if Texas can beat somebody by 40. Arch Manning is simply, in no uncertain terms, a guy who can run into the end zone from the red zone. He is a runner.
He is.
He's worse than Anthony Richardson was.
Oh, my gosh. And I can't refute that. I'm sitting here hearing that.
You want to fight me.
I want to fight that.
Yeah.
I have zero defensible ammo in which to assault you. You're correct.
Yeah, he's just not good is the main problem with the way he plays football. Yeah, so I'll take it's ugly, but give me Sam Houston State plus 40. I don't feel like I'm going to be sweating that at all.
All right, this is interesting. We play this game, we play this team. You and I will be at this game. I'm going to learn something about Ole Miss. And when I looked at the line of this,
yeah.
Why is it only 10.5, Daniel?
These are the questions that we're asking.
Why is it 10.5? Then I thought maybe they're playing at Tulane. Nope.
No, it's home game.
Home.
Right there in Oxford.
Okay. Tulane must have juggernauts everywhere. No, I mean, they got some.
Jake Retzlaff, BYU quarterback, kicked off the team for having a good night.
For non-Mormon things is what he got.
Non-Mormoning.
Non-Mormoning is why he got removed from the team.
That is the correct way to say that. Yes.
Okay.
He's having a great year. He's playing well. Tulane, I think, is a competent football team. I think they're competent as well, Daniel. I'm not. Could it be that it's because Ole Miss has no good quarterbacks? Hold on. I'm afraid that one person in particular heard me say they have two good quarterbacks. What I actually said was close. They have zero good quarterbacks, like none.
Okay. Interesting to me, Daniel. That's wild to me.
Yeah.
I think you're right. If you look at the statistical rankings of Tulane, rushing, they actually are rushing the ball 222 yards per game. Defensively, they're 91st in the nation, Daniel, which is wild to me. Against South Alabama, against Duke, they put up over 27 points. Duke put 27 on them. South Alabama put 31 on them. The Northwestern, I'm not doing that because they play in a field at which Little League games have more attendance than Northwestern football. So I can't do that.
Yeah.
But this game opened up at 12.5, has gone down to 10.5.
Yeah.
Ole Miss should
be money on Tulane.
Immediate money on Tulane. And Vegas are like, oh, no. Let's go ahead and lower this down. Let's get it back to the median. 10.5, Daniel, is still intriguing to me. Ole Miss should be favored by many more points than this.
You'd like to think so, but I'm not sure you're right.
That's what I'm grappling with this truth. I don't know if I am right because the offense for Ole Miss, I mean the defense for Ole Miss hasn't impressed me. No. They are 93rd nationally. Against the rush, they're 117th, which not great on that front.
No.
Kentucky nearly took them to the woodshed. Arkansas, who, by the way, Taylor Green is a pretty competent quarterback. Again, he's better.
He's good.
He's a better Anthony Richardson than Arch Manning is Anthony Richardson. And he can throw. But, man, Daniel, we're going to learn a lot about Ole Miss. Not only the health of the quarterback, but how they can play against pretty good competition.
Again, the health of the quarterback is not Ole Miss fans' biggest concern. The biggest concern is that when Austin Simmons is in the football game, he's terrible. He's very bad. So I would be concerned by that. I don't know. I was told that he was definitely better than Gunnar Stockton all offseason. So I'm as shocked as you are to see this guy that's never performed like Arch Manning on a real stage. I'm shocked as you are to see him not performing on a real stage. I was told that highly rated quarterbacks were a sure thing.
A sure thing.
I was told JT Daniels didn't exist.
No.
that he was a figment of my imagination, that there's no such thing as a highly rated quarterback who just turns out he's not that good.
He's not good.
They put in this Trinidad kid, and he lights the world on fire last week. By the way, Ole Miss, your defense is still terrible.
Terrible defense.
Well, now we got an offense that can score, that can really score.
Okay.
Are you really going to be able to outscore them in a shootout by more than 10? Because how many stops are you going to get?
Ole Miss is bad at defending the run. Tulane is one of the better teams in rushing the ball, plus a quarterback that is competent down there. It's again, he's pretty dang good, Daniel.
He's having a great year. I mean, I know BYU fans, football fans would love to have him because that quarterback situation is quite bad. Speaking of East Carolina, BYU travels to East Carolina this week. East Carolina catching 6.5 points at home. Give them to me. I want them. The Pirates are beating BYU on the field.
You're calling for on the field, Daniel.
Sprinkle it right on the money line. East Carolina, right on the field. Purple Pirates on the field over BYU. I'm not buying BYU at all. I think the offense is bad.
It's really bad.
So
okay, another sneaky game with playoff implications.
Okay.
Texas
the Buffalo
Tech,
Bulls against Troy.
Nope. Get off of that now. Okay.
Minus 6.5 Buffalo. Lock it up. I'm on it this week against Troy. Minus 6.5. Bounce back game. It's a bounce back game.
Some people, Daniel, when faced with reality of how wrong they are, turn from their ways. Other people double
Name
down.
one. I don't know. I've never met anybody like that.
That's actually a great. It's a great point. I don't know.
All right.
Like that.
Where are you going?
Texas Tech, Utah, Daniel. Okay.
Yeah.
Texas Tech might win their conference. Utah might win their conference.
These are the two best teams in the Big 12.
Hands down.
Yeah.
This is a big implication. The spread right now is 3, which is basically a wash of home. What they're saying is these two teams, undefeated, 3-3 each, are coming in. It is in Salt Lake. It is at Utah. If you want to look really quick at the Utah Utes, Daniel, top 15 offense, top 11 defense.
Devin Dampier's a dude. I love the Utah offense. I love the quarterback. I love the system. They brought it in from New Mexico State or whatever. It's awesome. Yeah. It's awesome.
Awesome to watch. It's so much fun. You think that old ball coach knows how to coach a thing or two? You think he was just going to quit and again retire off? Not to be outdone, by the way. Texas Tech offense, second offense, 15th defense. This is a sneaky, really, really good game. One of these teams is making the playoff. The other may still wind up making the playoff out of this conference. Okay, so we might be looking.
The Big 12 was like wide open.
No,
I'm not sure it's as wide open as some people think. Like Baylor might have something to say about the Big 12. Again, we'll see about that. But there's some teams, but these are the teams right here. This is a great game. All right.
Give me the Utes. I'll lay the points.
You're laying them with the Utes.
I'm laying them with the Utes.
I like
man.
it.
It's a good team.
I don't hate it. He is Clint. I am Daniel. We'll be back more later this week with more Georgia football leading up to the bye weekend, where we're going to learn a lot about our opponents and get ready for the Alabama game next week. Until then, we'll see you guys later.
See you.